my fellow Nigerian, my fellow African youth who is very, very hopeful for a country that works or a continent that works. I want you to know this day that what we're faced in Africa and what we're faced in Nigeria is a harsh one with respect to our reality. At times, some of us wonder if we're ever going to develop because the institutions that are supposed to drive this development have all been compromised by the political elites to a very great extent. Majority of these institutions are not able to do what they're supposed to do for you and I. That is why we don't have the quality of healthcare we should have as Nigerians. That is why the life expectancy here is not as beautiful as it should be, with the quality of healthcare professionals that have been trained in this country. And all this falls back to leadership. All this falls back to how terrible our institutions have been run over the years. I think this is the time for us to look inwards. This is the time for us to look at the regionalization option. We as Southeasterners have been shown in many ways that we don't seem to be equal stakeholders in the Nigerian states. While I don't think that it is right for us to lose everything we've invested in this country to a group of people who feel they can treat us any way they want, I feel that it's time for us to get together as a Southeastern region and sit down and talk, irrespective of our political leanings. I understand that most of these political considerations are outrightly selfish. So you don't get to have a consensus kind of. But I want to ask you, you Southeastern political office holder or thought leader, how happy are you to know that when other regions are thriving and when other regions can easily get what is due them in a national engagement, once it becomes that of an Igbo man, you always have the Igbo man being his own problem, or you have them deny the Igbo man whatever is due him outrightly for no just cause. Probably they tell you that they don't trust us and the rest of them, but yet we are still fellow citizens. That's what we're supposed to be. That's what they tell us. So this should tell you that there is every need for the Southeast to come together. There is every need for the young people of the Southeastern extraction to sit together and chart a course of development for the region. There is no reason why we shouldn't have exceptional intra-regional trades. There's no reason why we shouldn't have road infrastructure that connects our regions so much that we can transact and do things that are in the best of our interests. There is no need why we can't share intelligence for security reasons in the Southeast and keep our region safe. There is no reason why we can't have the best of healthcare here. It is time for us to look inwards. It is time for us to force the political leaders to understand that they must do that which is in the interest of the masses. Enough of this selfishness, which has not at any time had any respect and regard for the masses. Honestly, I tell you, this is the time for us to act. This is the time for us to get together, mobilize our resources together, and get the job done. The Southeast must thrive, and we must commit ourselves to seeing that this is done and done to the best of our abilities. Enough of all the excuses. Enough of us being the real issues of our own, being our own real problems. Let us get to work and get everybody on board.